doing good.
All right. Yeah, well, all things considered, sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Well, for that last statement there from court, the case has already been adjudicated.
Okay.
She cannot get out where she's at until she completes both treatments. So basically, they could not incarcerate her because they changed the state law last year. That's why it was adjudicated as a willful poisoning.
Okay. And I'm guessing she's going to be in until she's 18, or?
It could be longer than that. It depends on her and how she does this treatment.
Okay. Yeah, so I can only imagine what that must feel like. I know the internet can be a pretty dark place, and especially for a mind that's still being molded, that they could be susceptible to evil people.
Yeah, because this took us totally surprised when this happened. The first time we caught her, she had the normal meltdown any teenager had. My life's over. I can't talk to my friends. It wasn't until the second time that when we caught her, when things just went downhill from there.
Man, I don't know how I would even begin to process all that.
This is where I'm at when I talk to Glory. I have her laptop. Everything was done on this school laptop. I could not put an app on there to see what she was doing. I had it on her phone, on her little DS, everything. Somehow she got through the school's whatever security they had, and we literally had several meetings on why she's always on the computer. And that's how we found it. And she was talking to several people. And these are chats you don't expect a 14-year-old to do.
No, it's a different world. It's definitely a different world than, the one that we grew up in. They're just so connected and tuned into all this stuff.
Yeah, and then when she did the poisoning, she did it in several different ways. I mean, she was going to get my wife or myself one way or another. She used stuff that we had to look up to find out if you can even poison somebody with it. I mean,
I'm guessing that she was resentful. They tried to deprive her of her internet access.
It could be that. It could be a multitude of things. We're still trying to figure out why this happened. And she's really, when they bring it up in her sessions, she shuts down. She won't say a word. She doesn't know that I still have the laptop. She thought I gave it back to the school. Nope, I still have it. And that's my problem. I can't prove if he did this. I'm hoping he didn't. I really hope. But the other side of me is if he did this, because the things that he said in everybody else's streams, the things that he said are just too, they're too similar. It's something that I hope it's a lie, but if it's true, I am beyond mad.
Yeah, and you're saying that she at some point described a man who looks very old but has the body of a small boy, whose head is covered in scabs, who has strange teeth.
Yeah, that's the first time we caught her because we were trying, who are you talking to? What's going on here? What is all this stuff? And she described him, and she described other guys. But I just didn't put anything together until I started watching Kate and the chili drum. And then Kate says something about Cyraxx. And I've always heard everybody talk about Cyraxx, but I just never went down that rabbit hole. And then I got done with the Chris Chan saga on all the videos remain on him. Well, let's just go through and see who else is crazy out there. And then, boom, Cyraxx video. Like, wait a minute, this guy, the beard, spots on his head, has a thing about talking to girls, young girls. Now I'm like, holy crap.
So do you know what year this happened?
This is we first caught her a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Second time was a year ago, and that's when she did the poisoning.
Can I ask what sort of chemical she used to try to poison you guys?
Now this threw the detective, because when she did this and my wife survived, she actually called the cops on herself. Because I got a call at work saying I have the sheriff's office, a detective, all at my house. I need to come home. And when we got home, the detective came out and said, we're arresting her for attempted murder. And then they showed us what she did. That morning, I make coffee for my wife every morning. I noticed that the coffee looked a little different. It had blue specks in it. Now, I do have some grandkids that run around here, so I'm thinking, as a kid for myself, I did stupid stuff. So I took the coffee, set it aside, opened a new bag, poured it in there. Gone. So when we came to the sheriff's and they told us everything else she did, she actually took a toilet blue puck that you put in the back of the tank. She actually used my mortar and pestle and ground it all the way down to powder. Not only did she put it in the coffee, but she also put it in the water tank behind her, which I did not see. Then she took cherry seeds and ground them up
and put them
in a protein powder that my wife takes every morning. The detective had no idea what that was. We had to look it up.
Oh, that'll
you
kill
get
ya.
cyanide from ground cherry seeds.
Yeah.
It takes 5 to kill a person.
Yeah.
She used 10. And then in another protein powder, she took all of my heart meds and put them in there. 47 pills.
Wow.
So she tried 3 different ways to get this done.
She must have been pretty committed.
Yes.
That's got to be very heartbreaking to process as her father. Did this make the news at all? Is there any sort of...
No. There's no news. There's nothing. I mean, no, they only put down in the court docs because she confessed to everything. The trial itself was, God, not even an hour. It was all done and over with. So I got her
guilty.
I got the paperwork where we went through the trial. I'm still have to do some court things with her because until she's 18, I'm still responsible for her. And then yeah.
Do you have any sort of like a case number or anything that people can reference?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Let's see here. There we go. Let's see here.
Yeah, I can hear you ruffling things around there.
Yeah, I have everything here in my desk. All right. We have the adjudication of fact. Case number is 22 JV0660.
Okay, can I ask you where this is?
State of Nevada. Lyon County.
Okay. So 20 is it JV or JD?
JV.
D is in dog or V is in Victor?
Victor.
Okay. And Will and Glory Hole is like the ultimate sleuth. He's like a hound dog. On one hand, I want to believe it's true just because I don't like Mr. Wilkins, but on the other hand, for your sake, I hope that it's not, because it must have been just such trauma and turmoil, and
I can't imagine.
So this happened in 2021, right?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been watching Kate and the chili stuff for?
Oh, good Lord. I think Irish Demon's the first one I got a hold of. And then when you start talking about Kate, that's when I got onto that channel.
Okay. Do you have any idea when that was?
Oh, good Lord. It's been a while since he started doing the Labor Day incident when he pushed into her.
Okay. So if you had to give it a ballpark time frame of how long you followed her, could you maybe make an estimate?
God, I would say probably the year.
Okay. Are there any dashes in this reference number? Like some people are. Okay.
Yeah, it's 22-JV-0660.
Okay. Interesting. And just through so I don't know if Kate's really been following Cyraxx for a long period of time. But
yeah, because it was just a quick mention that he did something stupid again. You know, like he has a habit of doing. And then, when I was just done, just finding something else to listen to, I checked on the videos.
Well, I also have to throw this out there as well. I think it's the reason that I believe it is that Chance has the opportunity to. Let me say this: that if I was accused of influencing a young girl to attempt to murder her parents or dad and stepmom, I would be more than eager to clear up my name. Yet he's hiding in the silence and chooses not to. Like, this is such a heinous allegation.
But he's not hiding.
Personally, I would not let it pass me by to defend myself.
And this is why I wanted to talk to you.
Sure.
I really want you to be skeptical on this. I want you to go, this is bullshit. I want that. Because, I really want it to where, God forbid, it's true he didn't do this. I'll be happy. I can move on. But that little fact that if he did this, what the hell? What the hell?
But if he didn't do it, then it's just some other kid that you gotta figure out if he did it or not. And I kind of believe that this one, if Cyraxx did it, he wouldn't say shit. Because there is attempted unaliving. You know what I mean? So I don't think he would mention that to people. This one's pretty serious. And if he was a part of that, I don't think he would mention it. Like you normally would.
Yeah. Has there been any investigation into the other man or men?
No, as soon as the case was adjudicated, everything stopped. And that's the one thing I hate about this county. They had no clue what to do with this type of crime, to tell you the truth.
Some small towns don't.
They didn't know how to
you're in a small town.
Do the blood draws on my wife to see how much she actually ingested. I think that's why they adjudicated down to willful poisoning.
Yeah, better they'll call somebody else in.
She handed them the whole case when she confessed. And we still don't understand why she did that.
She probably felt bad.
By any chance, can you take a picture of any of these documents and send them over to William?
Yeah.
Well, what more do you need?
Where to send it? Through Discord or?
Yeah. I think you got a hold of him on Discord.
Yeah.
I think that would go a long way. A lot of people are saying this is nonsense, and
yeah, well, I wouldn't care what other people say. I'm surprised this guy put this out on YouTube or is telling people. I would think it a very private thing, so to send all the information to people that you don't know, I would not do that. I mean, he gave you a court number. That should be good enough. I mean, I don't know why you would want all this man's information unless you're just going to do what you... I just wouldn't. I wouldn't send anything else.
I don't. I think it would go a long way
It shouldn't be
to
that.
dissuading them from that.
You shouldn't want to prove something like this to like thousands of people that you don't know and don't give a shit about. You know, I definitely would not. Would you? I would like to know what you think.
Motion. Yeah, this is very sus, says whoever said that.
It is.
It sounds like there's definitely like a lot of knowledge on how poisoning works, and who would look these things up for some
There we go. We started breaking up there.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Well, what had happened that morning is she took 2 glasses of coffee, started getting sick, and just stopped. We think that's what saved her. She stopped drinking the coffee.
Yeah,
And
that
then
would
for
be
the
nasty.
protein shake, she actually dropped the container. And then she did drink it and nothing. We're thinking that it mixed so hard, or she had everything on the top, but when she dropped the container, it diluted it. But she did have a big glass of that protein powder.
Yeah, but also, I mean, if I was going to do that, I wouldn't just pour it in. I would shake it up. You know what I mean? So you can't see, like, all the blue specks. I would shake it up, and therefore that makes it so your wife isn't going to get that much in her drink. So she would be able to drink a glass and not have anything happen.
I mean, they took 27 vials of blood from her when we finally figured out how to do this. And we had to go to the next county over to the hospital that would do it.
That makes sense.
So you're saying her stepmother was drinking the protein powder?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, like, for what purpose? Was she in any sort of training, or just for?
She's about to hit menopause, so she's trying to cut that off as much as she can before it hits.
All right. So, for everyone who is casting doubt or is dubious or skeptical, is there any more authentication you can give to this claim that would dissuade them from non-belief or disbelief?
Unless I can get into that laptop, there is nothing I can do.
You said you had it.
That's killing me.
But you said you had it.
Do you, like, these papers that you're ruffling?
Wait, what laptop? Because at the beginning of this, you said that your daughter thought that you didn't have it, that somebody else had it, but that you had it. And now you're saying that you don't have it. If it's the same laptop, I'm guessing.
True. Is there any way that you could take a picture of any of it, or?
I just took a picture of the first one that has the case and the finding of fact and placement order.
Okay. Well, again, I don't want to cast doubt on this. If it is legitimate, which, you know, just by hearing your voice, you don't sound like a dishonest man. But in order for me to make that leap, I think that I would need to see just something beyond words. No offense there. I'm a very skeptical guy. I'm a seeing is believing type of guy. And even then, I'm still skeptical.
I'm so, like, why would you bring this up to people that you don't know? Like, why? Why would you? Oh, this is such a private thing.
So,
and that's what I really want. I want the skepticism of this.
Okay. Well, yeah, so for everyone who's saying that this is just a lie and an outright hornswoggle, are there any specific questions that would either confirm your beliefs or sway you towards the side of belief? Everyone's just saying it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. Knowing how evil Chance Wilkins is, and knowing his predilection and fondness of children, and his constant use of the site DeviantArt, I'm going to say that it's real. I'm fully committed to it being authentic and genuine.
I kind of am too.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
I'm not sold,
Personally.
but I kind of think so.
Yeah, because like, if oh Jesus, if it's true, I don't know what I'll do. I literally do not know what I do. I'm going through
But you keep saying that, but if it's not Cyraxx, then it's some other kid, and you got to keep going to find out. I didn't mean kid. It's some other adult male messing with your kid, and you got to keep going till you figure out who that person is. If it's not Cyraxx, it's somebody else.
therapy right now to get over this. I have some issues because of this, but I would really like the fact that it's not. I would generally take it that he had nothing to do with this. Then I'm like, okay, we have some freaking coincidences here. It's just life is just fucking strange.
There are too many
I would go with
coincidences,
that.
though.
I would be happy with that, but just that little bit of he did this or he convinced her that she can live with him.
He's done that before, too.
It'll tear me apart.
He's done that before. But he's also told girls no. That they can't come and live with him.
You sold me out, and question is, where do we go from here?
That's a good question, because do I make a report and then we come to find out that he didn't have anything to do with this?
No.
They get the laptop and they find nothing on there?
Well, yeah,
I'm
do.
not a guy that,
actually,
if you cross me, I'm going to fuck you. But if you didn't, then, hey.
Fuck you up, maybe.
Things were said. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
So you said you have to be in Canton.
I would go to the cops and say, check out this person named Cyraxx or Chance Wilkins. Check him out. He's on the internet. My daughter said all this, and I would explain everything to them, which really already should have been. It should have been brought to the police right away for them to do their job, and figure it out. It isn't for a bunch of internet people to figure this out for you, Dad. You're the dad. Go to the cops and tell them there's a big, huge coincidence here. You have to look behind Chance Wilkins. Because Chance thinks that there's nothing anybody could ever do to him. So I'm probably sure that everything is on his computer. Why would he delete it when he never thinks he gets in trouble for anything? Does that make sense to anybody? Oh, sorry.
In May?
Yes.
Okay, what brings you out to that neck of the woods?
My son's out there, and my wife's other children are out there as well, in Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay.
Michigan, my home state.
Well, if this had happened to me, and the man that she's describing sounds like only one person, I almost say that you have like an obligation to go and take care of him and avenge
through the
your
police.
daughter being influenced by his demonic ways, and what could have been the loss of your life and your daughter's stepmother's life. I'm going to take a poll here just to see where people stand on this one.
Everybody will say go take care of
My
it.
vote personally is it's legitimate. I'm sold. I don't need any more convincing. Oh wow! So Saren says, just thought of something. Maybe Cyraxx was the one drugging Ed, and he wasn't doing it himself. I've never thought about that. Well, that's a very astute observation, I must say. So, is this story legitimate or ballyhoo? Real and fake. I'm curious to see where people lie here. I'm going to say that most
there's
people
got to be a middle
are going to say
too,
that it's
like,
fake,
or maybe.
personally. It's just my.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah. Well, and the majority seem to believe that it is legitimate.
And for the person that keeps asking for me to cam up, that's my real picture. That's
Right, exactly. Stop it.
Do you have like a picture of any of the documents? Have you relayed that yet?
I'm trying to do that right now.
Don't put that on the internet.
Let's see here.
Can you get
Good.
into the laptop or no?
No, it is locked.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't have a password.
Police can
And
get
the
into
school
that.
would rather take it off your hands and not allow police to. Like, I would imagine the police would probably have wanted to investigate that a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I still have it, and it's this county dropped this case so bad.
Probably because she
So,
just
And like I
pled
said,
guilty.
they just didn't know what to do.
And
I mean,
just-
we've had 2 murders
That's
out
it.
here of kids. They took care of that, but this poisoning.
If you plead guilty, which she probably did because it only took an hour, then they're not really going to do any investigation. It's closed because she pled guilty. So why would they want to do anything any further? Which they wouldn't.
It's a totally different matter.
I watch a lot of crime
Especially
shows,
for Nevada.
like real
I had to
crime
look
shows.
up that any case that involves poisoning,
So I know it all.
the
Just
sentencing
kidding.
is doubled. She was looking at life in prison.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, you offered. I'm sure you begged them to take a look at the laptop, and then you just said, not interested.
Yeah, because she
Yeah,
pled.
they had what they needed, the confession.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. If she pled guilty, they don't have to prove anything anymore.
All right.
Are you guys done? Hello?
Well, that does sound a little bit fishy to me, but still, I'm sold. I believe Chance is behind this.
So do I.
No doubt in my mind. I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
I just want to
It
see
is
that
a
court
little-
paper and then maybe.
Strange that they wouldn't want to take a gander at it, but I am
No, it's
still.
not. No, it's not really.
I'm sold. I don't. There's nothing you could tell me right now that would convince me otherwise. I would be more sold and more convinced if I could see any evidence of a police report, any court documents, but it's not necessary. It would help, but it's not necessary. As soon as you said scabby head, odd teeth,
Yeah, there's
and
very few people that are like
that he
that.
looks like a 80-year-old in the 10-year-old's body,
Yep.
I was on the hook. I was on the hook. It was at that moment that I believed it wholeheartedly.
Is he still there?
So, but for all these doubting Thomases here,
I think.
if you could provide that, it might kind of alleviate some of their skepticism.
I think he's on mute.
Well, you are very brave for coming forth and telling this story, sir.
Hello? Hello?
Kudos to you,
Anybody there?
sir.
You fell asleep.
Well, what more do you need to hear? Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty. 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 He done did it. I agree. Guilty. Cyraxx did it. Guilty. Guilty has changed. He dead. So it seems. No way I believe him. I don't see how anyone couldn't believe this. They already got the confession. So why even look at the laptop?
Yeah,
Like,
they won't. They won't.
You don't need
Period.
to. There's no need. Just think about it. It's real.
Okay, I want to know what happened to Richard. Richard.
Very real. Guilty. 43 and guilty.
Hello,
yes,
Richard.
correct.
Are you home?
I don't know what happened.
Richard's over there sleeping.
King Toddler, I'm glad you've come around.
Maybe she got to him.
I know that you were duped. Yeah.
Maybe that's not. My mouth just wants to do its own thing. Maybe that's why he's not talking. Is he didn't get rid of all that protein powder and he drank some and now he's keeled over. Oh my God.
You didn't believe it at first, right? You were dubious, but now you see the light.
Are you kind of concerned of what happened to Richard?
Guilty. Give him 43 years. Yeah, I agree. That's a fair sentence.
Hello?
For sure guilty. You'll have retribution, Lord willing. So I don't know if your mic is muted or I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
Well, there you have it, folks.
That's it.
Very good, King Toddler. Very good. Very good. Well, it was a very convincing story. What personally sold me was that the police didn't look at the laptop because they already had the confession.
Thank you. That's
Like,
exactly
that
it.
seems
Case
to
closed.
be-
She pled guilty. That's it.
Oh. I mean, okay, he's still here on the screen. But
Richard,
we
wake
can't.
up. I'm not going
hear
to tell
it.
you again.
Okay, well, maybe he's just taking a moment of silence to process all this, knowing that he has so much support. Still in the process? Okay, sure, right. Okay, whoa, hang on a second here. Oh, this looks fairly legitimate.
What?
Okay. Wow.
What?
I don't want to put this on the screen.
Why? It's already out there, Marty, and now everybody
and
wants to see it.
essentially dox a child, but
Well, she's not home right now. So you're not technically doxing her. Jesus Christ.
I'm looking at something that actually looks fairly legitimate.
Let's see it.
Hi there. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not sure what happened there. Hello? Is this thing on?
I'm in a laughing mood. I'm giggly.
So let me ask William. Hang on a second here.
I just white out the name. And put it on there, dude. White out the address. That's it. Let's do it.
Hello?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
Did Richard wake up? No.
So let me ask. Let me ask William if he's seen this. He's a much smarter man than I. Why the radio silence? So I'm asking the hound dog to take a look at it. King Toddler, if so. Oh shit, my bad. Hang on, my bad. I've been slacking on that. Okay, wait 1 second here. Let me catch up. Tooling Genie God. This one's for Sneed. He's too broke to don't know. Yeah, I actually have something for Sneed that I think he's going to be pretty interested in. Steve from the Machete Squad, for the truth. Well, let me tell you this, good sir. You've got it. You've definitely got the truth. You've definitely got the truth. And to a Gabriel, can you shout me out? More importantly, can you shout out my homies Mike and Xavier? They just got married on a honeymoon and are huge fans, as am I. Well, happy honeymoon and happy marriage to Mike and Xavier. Your content has got me out of a dark place multiple times, but I thought I'd donate as a thank you for help. Sorry for the small amount. Well, that's perfectly fine. Well, God bless you, Mike and Xavier, and I hope that your honeymoon dreams come true and you have a long, healthy, and happy marriage. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
To Mike
Are we
and
done here,
Xavier, the
though?
lovebirds. That's beautiful. Hello there.
What the fuck?
Okay, so
there
I'm
you
going to
go.
blow your hole. Just double check this. This one's for Steve. I think you got like a little bit of an echo back there. I don't know if something's open. Steve broke the donut?
Yeah, he's lacking.
For Steve, but I think he's going to be interested in. Steve from the Machete Squad, for the truth. Well, let me tell you this, good sir. You've got it. You've definitely got the truth. Yeah, I don't know if the cab. And to a Gabriel. All right. Shout out my homies Mike and Xavier.
He thinks you're still talking.
Happy honeymoon and happy marriage to Mike and Xavier. Your contest got me out of dark basement. That's why I donated. Thank you for help. Sorry for this.
He's waiting for you to get done talking.
Fine. Well, God bless you, Mike and Xavier, and I hope your honeymoon dreams come true and you have a long, healthy, and happy marriage. Congratulations. Sir? Mike and Xavier. All right.
All right, just end it.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi there. Okay, yeah, I think you got like a little bit of like an echo going on back there. I don't know, you might have like a tab open. Okay, so double check that. Let me on a second here. So, I'm gonna ask William if he could maybe like redact a name here, because I don't want to subject your daughter's information to, a chat full of 1,000 psychopaths. But it looks legit. It to me, on the surface, it looks legitimate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my phone is trying to die on me, so.
Okay. Well, better the phone than you, or
Damn it, Richard, we thought something happened to you.
her stepmom.
God,
maybe a bad joke.
All right.
Anyways, yeah. So I'm looking at this document they provided, and I can't see any fault in it. Placement order. Okay. Yeah. So, oh man, I want to show this just so people can see what I'm looking at here, and it looks to be the real McCoy.
Just white
Yeah, I
out
just don't
the
want you
address.
breaking any state laws by showing that. You know.
No. Well, look, that's. I'm not concerned about
He
those
doesn't
types
care
of things,
about
but
laws.
I just want to value her privacy and not have this like eternalized somewhere. Hopefully, she can get past this. And wow, I'm gonna ask William to give his official statement on this, whether it's real or less than legit.
It's going to be a long road.
To me,
For
sure. I think it's going to
Because
be.
every time we bring this up during her counseling sessions, she just clams up. She won't say a word. She literally goes into a ball, and it takes them hours to get her just to say something.
I think there was one question.
Wait till Cyraxx sees
Let me
this.
open up here. Okay, yeah. So William was redacting it here. Jesus Christ. I am like officially sold here. I am officially sold. Okay, so the minor's present, you, her father, the minor's attorney, juvenile probation officer. Wow. And she definitely described this man with the scabby head and the little boy body and buck teeth.
The first time we caught her, she hasn't said anything about that on the second time. That's where I am like, I don't know. I really don't know if he kept on or she got off, but she kept doing the sexting on the laptop. That kept on. I mean, when we caught her the second time, it was just a huge text messages on DeviantArt of, God, I hate to say it, but stuff that I don't even know you could do. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Sexual, explicit ways of doing things.
Cyraxx is nasty.
Hopefully, at least like age-wise, like an adult audience. Is it too graphic to get into?
Tying up and inserting things in places that shouldn't be inserted.
Oh, that's Cyraxx. Oh.
I just can't get myself to say it because I'm just
yeah,
gonna
you
be
don't
able
need
to
to say it. That's Cyraxx.
Okay, so do you mind if I post a copy of this?
You say
with the names
stylist, and
redacted?
we're done. We're done.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, so excellent. Okay. So all right, here we go. I gotta say, like at first I was skeptical, but
Oh, let's see. Come on.
I don't know what to say anymore. Let me make this full screen. Zoom in.
I'll have to read it.
Now case number, all this stuff. I'm curious to see if this sways anyone's opinion now.
I don't know. I don't know what that shit looks like.
Yeah, it looks real to me. It looks real to me, I gotta say.
Yeah, and that's the one we got afterwards. I think I still have, well, I know I have, the charging document that got us into the court case in the first place.
Sorry.
Yes, I do. I do have the petition for juvenile court that brought this whole thing into it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure, but this looks like it's the real McCoy.
I don't know if it looks real or not. I don't know what those look like.
Yeah, it's something to take in.
And
That poor guy and his wife.
it's your belief that he that he influenced your daughter to get rid of you guys so he could go and live with him in Ohio?
Yeah, she has attempted to run away several times.
Cyraxx, you're fucked. You're fucked.
I would admit and say that my daughter is she's not right in the head. I mean, a lot of things went through her. She went through some. Her and her brother both went through hell before the state gave them to me. So she wasn't quite clearly thinking right for the past couple of years. We tried to give her help, a lot of help, but she just wouldn't take it. She would shut down. They got nowhere. And I'm hoping that
I feel
this
so sorry
attempted
for
murder
this
that she tried to do, the
family.
poisoning, was a result of us throwing everything we can medically to her to get her help. That's one of the things that I have to deal with. But the sexting, that's what's holding me up. That's what's killing me. That stuff right there.
Yeah, like I don't know how any layperson would be able to make such a convincing document. I mean, I suppose it would be possible.
I doubt this guy's gonna
There's
go
nothing
through
that
all
I can point to that I can
just
see that seems to be less than legitimate. Have you asked your daughter for the password to the laptop?
No, I haven't. I can try every 30 days. I have to have a meeting with everybody on course of action, what's happened. You know, it's just the general how things are going meeting. And the next one's coming up here pretty soon.
Okay, I think that'd be a pretty good starting point, or maybe getting the police to look at it. I know that they have the confession, but I mean, there apparently seem to be other crimes as well that would be worth investigating, perhaps.
Well, that is something I could bring up to her probation officer. Hey,
Sure.
this is what I believe. I think the evidence is on here. What can we do?
Do you know if it's a Windows or an Apple?
It's a. Get it right here. It's a MacBook. Something that the schools did during the whole vid thing.
Yeah. Did she have a phone?
She did, but I put a parent app that I was basically listening to all of her phone calls and text messages in real time.
Okay. Did you observe any interactions with Chance at all, or?
She
Not that you
knew
were-
not to do that on the phone. She barely did anything on the phone. And then when we got her the Switch, I found out that you can put the same app on that. And I was watching her do anything and everything on that Switch. But the only thing I could not do was that laptop. And that's
Okay.
where she did most of her stuff.
Did you have the password to her phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you tried plugging that into the laptop?
No, it will not let it do that.
Okay.
Where I'm at, it's a rural county, so
Yeah, they're
I
a
mean,
small county.
they didn't
They're
have
not
the money
set up for that.
to test all the vials of blood
Right.
for the poisoning.
It makes
So
sense.
I doubt they have the sophistication to make sure these laptops are childproof.
Yeah,
where
they're
it's
not
just
gonna.
a school and Google Classroom.
They would send it to somebody else.
But it's
They would send it to somebody else, like another county over. But they're not going to do that because she pled guilty. She had to have pled guilty because it only lasted like an hour. She pled guilty. It's done. Case over.
obvious that she got past all that to get on DeviantArt.
If there's
Cyraxx,
anything you
you're
could say to
fucked.
Cyraxx right now, what would it be?
Like I said, I'm not coming after you. No, I'm going to let the PD handle that. If
Okay.
this is
Right.
true, they can handle that. If it's not true, all right. You know what? We'll let it go. But it's just too coincidental that the things you said and things she said, that's killing me. But if you are on that laptop in any shape, way, or form, I'm going to do what I said. Coming after your parents or your guardians, since you keep saying that you are special needs. They have a duty of care to protect you and protect others
Sally.
from you. They failed. I'm going to sue you for that. I'm going to sue them. I'm coming for the house. I'm coming for their jobs.
I mean,
I am hoping,
yeah,
praying that this is not what it is. That the whole thing's a lie. I'm going overboard. You're not on the laptop. I would be happy, beyond happy with that. But if you're on there, I'm getting really angry right now. I'm coming for it all.
do you know, and this is going to sound like a weird question, but do you know if she was talking with any dragon men in wheelchairs as well?
That I don't know.
Okay. I had to ask.
I knew who you were talking about, and
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I nothing seems that way.
Okay.
But I don't know how he talks. You know what I mean?
Sure. He kind of sounds like this, like he
Well,
talks.
yeah, that. But how would he type stuff? You know how?
Yeah.
Cyraxx has got a different pattern. I mean, you can tell it's him.
Yeah, he can't spell for shit.
So what were his telltale signs?
The hey cutie thing.
Yeah.
Always bragging about I'm a big music guy. I do art, which we know is total BS.
Yeah. It's not like a legitimate thing. You know, he doesn't
Or
make.
stolen.
Yes, that's true as well.
So it's and like the video I saw yesterday, you could tell when he lies. He closes his eyes. He's a terrible poker player.
Yeah.
You'd win every time.
So, did you ever interact with him and get to look him in the eyes, like on any of these apps? Were there any pictures of him with his eyes closed, or just the description of him?
The video of him trying to show proof that you did all this, that everybody's against him, everything was fake. It's when he sits there and talks, when he's not raging.
Yeah.
You know he's lying when he closes his eyes and starts reciting, well, they put me up. It was a setup. I'm like, dude, we know it wasn't a setup. We have proof. Everybody has proof.
Right.
It's like he's trying to remember what to say.
Is there any way you could take a picture of the charging document?
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
I will do that once this is
Sure.
once we stop here. Because I think that's what stopped the whole stream.
Yeah. That's okay. I mean, for anyone like who doubts this, I think that that would be helpful. I wouldn't mind stopping it.
But you don't have to prove anything to us
put
people.
any of the doubting Thomas's doubts to rest.
But you don't have to prove anything to us people. We are nobodies. We are not.
And I can understand
we're not
some
family.
of these people's reservations by saying that you follow troll channels like Masshole Report. How would you address that?
It's entertainment.
Okay.
I work at a very demanding job that if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing, which is probably simply me listening to YouTube all day, that I can kill myself with electricity. Or I do something wrong on the product and we cause some major issues out in the field. But there's days where it's just mind-numbing, same task. Let me listen to this. Let me listen to this. And music gets a little tiring after a while because you get stuck in your own patterns. I like this. I like that.
So maybe, just maybe, since he's following all these channels, he's like, I know what I could do. I could say, I mean, the poisoning stuff is probably real. But as to Cyraxx, it could possibly be that he just, I don't want to say it because, okay, the poisoning is real. But when it comes to blaming Cyraxx, I think maybe it's just a little of, you want some attention, So that could possibly be.
Something new, something exciting. and first it was with all the First Amendment auditors and all them. Okay,
That's
these
how
guys are
I
stupid.
started out.
And then just, the algorithm. Here, look at this. Listen to this. And that's how we got it.
Right.
Okay, I noticed.
But now it sounds
your
like-
Discord avatar, and that seems to derive from DeviantArt as well.
I like the comic book of Charlie Brown.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of people do as well. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's an interesting little story that Charlie Brown loses everything and he's got to go through the wastelands and meets everybody that he knew as a kid. And of course, they're all fucked up. You got to survive.
Dude.
You got to keep it going, one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The document seems to look like the real McCoy to me. Maybe it's that I want to believe it.
Who did it?
Out of my disdain for Mr. Wilkins, but I have no reason to doubt that this is 100% legitimate.
Yeah, that's probably real.
Wow. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that you went through this, and I hope that everything pans out and that you as a family unit can get over this.
I'm hoping, but it's kind of hard. I mean, she broke the trust. It's a trust that should never be broken.
No, I would think that like attempting to murder you would be a bit of a betrayal.
The way he says it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and
it'd be a bit of a betrayal.
I can swear on anything and everything that I've had no previous communications with you up until the stream started. People are saying that this was a planned out, orchestrated thing, and it's just I'm taking it in as it comes, and that's that's honestly the truth, and I can prove that as well.
Yeah, and I didn't plan, or I didn't think it would go to this far after I contacted Glory this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised this happened this quick.
Yeah, if I'm being duped and deceived, then I am blaming it all on William Glory Hole. All on him. Point your fingers at William.
Wow.
This is news to me. If you feel that you're being duped, then I'm with you. But personally, it's not even choosing to believe this. I believe this.
He can't get his daughter on here. She's
that's my official stance. I'm sticking with it until proven otherwise. And if anyone can prove this isn't legitimate, then I would be receptive to whatever arguments you can put forth. But to me, I am going with real, authentic.
Tell your daughter to stop barking. That's fucked
as
up.
of this point.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? I'll put this out. If you guys find out that I'm lying, that I'm just doing the troll here, by all means, come after me. Prove me wrong. Show me that I'm a complete ass. You know what? I want the skepticism. I want people to prove me wrong on this. I just don't want it that it's proven right. I don't want that.
Why?
But I just can't.
Why would you want people to come after you? Because you can't prove that it was Cyraxx, though. So they're going to come after you now and tell you to prove that it was Cyraxx.
I can't do it. I just can't just get it out of my head that there's a chance that this happened.
Well, I know
there's a chance that this happened.
There's only one person I've ever seen who has a 10-year-old's body but looks like an 8-year-old man with...
Right, but this guy knows what chance looks like. You know what I mean? He could just be taking his daughter's situation and putting Cyraxx into it because he doesn't like Cyraxx. You know what I mean? And then just doing all this. I don't know. Because maybe that's proof that, that really happened. The daughter really did that. But as for Cyraxx, I don't know how he could prove that.
Woolly teeth and scabs all over his head. Like, only one person checks off those boxes, and that's Chance, and that's Chance. I don't know if he is going to address this at any point. I don't know how he couldn't. I don't know how he could just sweep this under the rug. It would be something that would need to be addressed. And I guess we'll see. He's a terrible liar, thankfully. So if it's not legitimate, then I don't think that he'll be able to contain his lies and convince people otherwise.
I don't see how he could. I mean, he was just caught recently, wasn't he? I mean, what it's a pattern, and it's...
See, and that, so that kind of makes me think.
They just can't get... It's like a fucking drug.
So, let me ask you this. When did your daughter make these claims about the 10-year-old boy body, 80-year-old face with the scabs on his head?
A year and a half ago, when we first caught her.
Okay, and when did you discover Cyraxx?
Labor Day, so maybe 7-8 months ago, when that Labor Day incident happened. It was after that.
Did you ask her if the person that she was referring to was Cyraxx?
No.
She's not going to answer him.
We're not talking at the moment due
She's
to
not going
the
to talk.
treatment.
Right. But I thought you said that you speak with her once a month, or is that you just see her in a...
It's a meeting that we all are in the room. We don't talk to each other. It just tells us
If she doesn't talk
where they're at in the course of treatment, what's going on. It's an update that the court requires.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I personally, and maybe I think about Cyraxx too much, but I would want some sort of confirmation that it was this person that I've observed for the past 7 or 8 months.
Right.
That would just be me.
Yeah, and I completely understand that. And it's something I can bring up to the probation officer when we have our next meeting. Just need some information.
Well, okay. Is there anything that like hasn't been covered that you think is relevant or would be? I don't know that anything here would be helpful moving forward, but is there anything that you feel like you're leaving out?
No. Like I said, the biggest hookup is this laptop. Getting in there and finding the evidence. If it's not there, it's not there. Okay. But if it's there, yeah, I'm going to lose my mind.
I'm going to try to give Cyraxx a call right now. I'm not sure if he'll pick up or not. He tends not to. Would you be comfortable if I could maybe get a hold of him?
Actually, I'm going to have to be going here pretty soon.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Understandable.
But no, I'm kind of afraid that if I did talk to him, I'm going to let it all out, and
yeah,
I can't, my good conscience, I can't do that if he really didn't do this. I really need that evidence saying that he did.
Okay, yeah, I don't know too many like little boy body, old man face, scabby head people there are.
Right. Just give Cyraxx a call. Hurry up.
But again, if maybe this is just too traumatic and it's, as he would always say, like you're scared because you don't know what you're going to do to him, then that's understandable. That's understandable.
Yeah, it's.
Just call him.
I have a temper. I do have one.
Call him.
Sure.
Call him. Call him.
I don't like letting it go.
I hear you there. Well, I want to commend you for your bravery and your honesty as well. And I hope that the
It's Cyraxx's
situation,
doppelganger.
it can only go up from here, right?
Yeah. I'm hoping that she gets the treatment she needs, and then we find out why, the true reason why she did this, and then she gets the help. I get the help, and maybe someday we can have a father-daughter relationship. But at this point in time, it's broken.
Yeah, I bet.
I understand.
Okay.
Well, I want to thank you very much for your time and your sincerity and sharing this very heartfelt and legitimate story. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
My pleasure.
And I will send you this this charging document to you once we get off here.
Okay. Thank you so much.
It
All right.
does have my address on there, so you won't have to look for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll redact anything and sure, you got it.
All right.
All right, sir. God bless.
Thank you. Thank both you and Glory. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. All right, there we go.
Definitely the real deal. Nothing fishy. Definitely really happened.
Well, yeah, I have no doubt that it happened.
I'm convinced of it.